awakened to the truth too early. The heroine was still a nobody, the hero was single, and I was doomed. I'm also still waitressing in a dive bar, and I haven't met my billionaire dad yet. Chapter 1. After 6 months of slinging cheap beer and dodging wandering hands, reality hit me like a bucket of ice water. I wasn't just living a miserable life, I was living in a romance novel. And I wasn't the protagonist, I was the villainess, the evil stepsister, the one everyone hates. According to the plot, tomorrow my billionaire dad will find me. Step 1. I get dragged back to the Quinn family mansion. Step 2. I get sold off in an arranged marriage to a man with the emotional range of a stone. Step 3. Domestic misery. Meanwhile, the real heroine meets the hero, gets pampered by his entire family, and lives happily ever after. I, on the other hand, am destined to go crazy with jealousy. I'm supposed to sabotage them, humiliate myself, and eventually rot in prison while they celebrate the birth of their twin babies. Yikes. Which sadistic author wrote this garbage? Rich dad? Check. Husband with unlimited credit card? Check. Why on earth would I ruin a life of luxury just to chase a man who doesn't want me? Why choose drama when I can choose the bag? Chapter 2. Just like the script said, Mr. Quinn found me. They scrubbed me clean, dressed me up, and married me off to Dominic Sanguine. But that's where I went off script. Instead of playing the bitter, jealous wife, I decided to lean into the one thing that never betrays you: money. Dominic stood by the door, adjusting his cufflink. He looked cold, detached, and impatient. I'm going out to see Ivy Green. His one that got away, the girl he never got over. In the original book, this is where I scream, cry, and throw a vase. Instead, I looked up from my magazine and smiled politely. I'd suggest white roses, Dominic. Miss Green hates red ones. Don't mess it up. Dominic froze. He turned slowly, his brows knitting together. He had every right to be confused. I should have blocked the door. In my old life, I had morals. Marriage meant loyalty. But that was then. Now, I'm Harper Quinn, and I'm strictly business. Actually, Dominic, I said, standing up and smoothing out my silk dress. Since we want to keep this marriage peaceful, I've prepared a little something for you. A what? I pulled a folded sheet of paper from my clutch and handed it to him. The Sanguine marriage menu of services. Dominic looked down at the paper, his brow furrowing as he read the items I had neatly listed. Tier 1, handling your parents and annoying relatives, $10,000 per event. Tier 2, providing alibis, $20,000 per instance. Tier 3, relationship coaching, e.g., how to please Miss Green, $50,000 per hour. What is this? His voice dropped to a dangerous growl. I leaned against the console table, tapping my chin playfully. Just a fee schedule. I'm not just your wife on paper, Mr. Sanguine. Think of me as your most expensive consultant. Dominic stared at me. The silence stretched, heavy and thick. People usually just ask for a divorce, he finally said. Charging your husband a consulting fee to help him cheat, that's new. Divorce is messy. This is efficient. I shrugged, my eyes gleaming. Besides, men are unreliable, Dominic. Cash is forever. Dominic crushed the paper, his knuckles turning white. He looked at the list, then back at me, a flicker of something unreadable in his dark eyes. You're unbelievable. I'm expensive, I corrected with a wink. Cash or wire transfer? I don't take check. Chapter 3. The transfer notification had barely faded from my screen when my phone buzzed. Bella Knight, right on schedule. By now, she's officially with Henry Sinclair, the male lead. In the original script, this is the part where she calls to humble brag about how obsessed Henry is with her, pretending she's just checking in on her poor, unloved best friend. Since Dominic spends his free time pining over Ivy Green, I'm supposed to be miserable. I'm supposed to be seething with jealousy. But Bella, either legally blind or just cruel, kept digging. Harper, how's married life? Her voice dripped with fake sweetness. I wedged the phone between my ear and shoulder, tossing a silk robe into my suitcase. Busy. Packing, she gasped. Did you and Mr. Sanguine fight already? Did he kick you out? I don't have time to fight, Bella. I'm going on vacation. Oh, a honeymoon. Nope, solo trip. There was a pause on the other end. But you guys are practically still newlywed. Shouldn't you be, trying for a baby? I froze, holding a bikini midair. A baby? With Dominic? Please. The man has the emotional warmth of a deep freezer. We have a business arrangement, not a marriage. Sorry, Bella, gotta fly. Driver's here. I lied smoothly and hung up. A second later, a notification pinged on my phone. Bank of America. Transfer received $50,000. Dominic's hush money. I grinned, zipped up my Louis Vuitton carry-on, and headed for the door. That night, Dominic came home to a pitch-black mansion. My phone rang almost immediately. Where the hell are you? He demanded, his voice echoing in the empty house. I took a sip of my coconut water, watching the turquoise waves lap against the stilts of my private villa. Maldives, hubby, I chirped. The sunset is to die for. Chapter 4. I underestimated Bella's need for an audience. The next day, she and Henry showed up at my resort. I missed you so much, Bella squealed, hugging me while looking over my shoulder to make sure Henry was watching. Henry insisted we fly out to keep you company. It's so sad that you're all alone. Sad? I'm in a $5,000 a night villa drinking vintage champagne. But the company quickly turned into unpaid labor. 24 hours of holding bags, fetching water, snapping photos of their kisses. Harper, hold my bag while I take a selfie. Harper, can you grab us some water? Harper, take a picture of us kissing. In the book, I let them walk all over me because I was desperate for validation. I was the side character in their love story, eating their crumbs. Not today. The next morning, in the Grand Hotel lobby, Henry and Bella were waiting for me to join them for breakfast. Probably so I could fetch their coffee. Instead, I walked straight up to Henry. The lobby was crowded. Perfect. Mr. Sinclair, I said loudly, my voice cutting through the ambient chatter. Henry looked up confused. Harper? What? I slapped a piece of hotel stationery onto the marble table in front of him. It wasn't a love letter. It was an invoice. What is this? He frowned, picking it up. That, I announced, making sure the tourists at the next table could hear, is the bill for yesterday. Butler services, photography fees, and a heavy surcharge for emotional distress. Bella's jaw dropped. Harper, what are you doing? I ignored her and pointed a manicured finger at Henry. I've emailed the digital copy to your assistant. Don't forget the tip. Henry turned bright red as he stared at the crazy numbers I'd scribbled down. Before he could sputter a defense, I slid my oversized Gucci sunglasses onto my face. My ride is here. Through the glass doors, a dockhand pulled up in a sleek, powerful speedboat, rented with Dominic's money, naturally. I didn't look back. I just walked out, hopped behind the wheel, and throttled it, leaving them choking on my spray. Chapter 5. After 2 weeks of blissfully burning through Dominic's money, my phone rang. It was Dominic. There's a charity gala tonight. My parents will be there. I need you to come back. I swirled the straw in my cocktail, looking out at the ocean. Take Ivy. You just need arm candy. She fits the part, doesn't she? Silence on the other end. Harper, Dominic said, his voice tight. My parents are watching. The board is watching. I need my wife. Tell them I have a contagious rash. Or that I became a nun. Dominic let out a cold laugh. I have never met a woman so eager to outsource her own marriage. You really are something else. Am I? The script called for a tantrum. It called for me to fly back, scream, and beg for crumbs. Why bother? Fine, I said, checking my nails. I'll play the loving wife, but I have a condition. Name it. Bella's birthday is coming up. You're coming with me, and you're going to act like you're madly in love with me. Bella night. I didn't particularly want to see her or watch her parade Henry around, but back in the day, when we were both cleaning up vomit in dive bar bathrooms, Bella took a hit for me. She covered my shift when I was sick and stopped a drunk customer from dragging me into the men's room. I owe her one. And Harper Quinn always pays her debt. Fine. Dominic gritted out. Deal. Chapter 6. I flew back the next day. My flight was delayed, meaning Dominic Sanguine, a man whose time is billed at thousands of dollars a minute, sat in the airport parking lot for 3 hours. When I finally slid into the backseat of his Maybach, the AC blasted ice, but Dominic's glare burned. Happy to see me, hubby? I chirped. Dominic didn't answer. He tossed a garment bag at me. We're late. Put this on. Here. I looked around the leather interior. In the car, Dominic didn't say a word. He turned around in the driver's seat and pressed a button. The privacy screen slid up, sealing us apart. Change, he commanded through the intercom. No one can see you. Oh, really? I looked at the sleek black divider. A wicked idea hit me. In the book, I was shy. I hid. But this genre loves a little spice. I didn't just change. I put on a show for the ears. I let the zipper of my travel hoodie slide down slowly. Z-Z-Z-Z-Z-T. The sound was amplified in the quiet cabin. Then, the soft rustle of silk as I shimmied out of my skirt. I could see the back of Dominic's head through the rearview mirror gap. He was staring straight ahead, his posture stiff. Dominic. I called out softly, my voice dripping with honey. What? His voice was rough. I leaned forward, right up to the small gap between the partition and the window. I don't have anywhere to put this. Hold it for me. I slid my lace bra through the gap. It dangled there for a second, right next to his shoulder. Dominic froze. His knuckles turned white on the steering wheel. His Adam's apple bobbed heavily as he swallowed. He snatched the lace from my hand, his movements jerky. Harper, he growled. The sound wasn't shy. It was dangerous. It was the sound of a predator pacing a cage. Yes, dear. I batted my eyelashes. Silk swished against my skin as I moved. The partition slid down an inch. Dominic's eyes met mine in the rearview mirror. Pupils dilated, swallowing the irises. He tracked my movement like a predator. You're playing with fire, he rasped, his voice low and vibrating with aggression. Don't think that little piece of paper we signed is going to protect you forever. A shiver raced down my spine. Not fear. Adrenaline. I smirked, leaning back into the plush leather. Eyes on the road, Mr. Sanguine. We wouldn't want to be late. Chapter 7. The moment we stepped out of the Maybach, the flashbulbs went off like a lightning storm. I looped my arm through Dominic's, pressing my side against his expensive Italian suit. We moved as a unit, perfect, polished, powerful. Nice acting, Dominic murmured, barely moving his lips as he waved to a board member. I beamed at a photographer. I expect $1 million bonus for this performance, Mr. Sanguine. Direct deposit. Dominic's step faltered for a fraction of a second. Inside the ballroom, I was flawless. I charmed the investors, laughed at the old men's boring jokes, and clinked glasses with socialites who looked at me like I was trash. I didn't act like the girl found in a dive bar. I acted like the queen of the chessboard. I caught Dominic watching me. His gaze lost its surprise. It dropped to my lips. It lingered. Wait. I felt a prickle of warning on the back of my neck. The moment we were back in the safety of the car, I dropped the act. I scooted to the far side of the leather seat. Just to be clear, I said, kicking off my heels. I helped you tonight, and you paid me. Transaction concluded. It's a win-win. Don't overthink it. Dominic loosened his tie, the silk sliding through his fingers with a rasp. He downed a few scotches. His dark, unfocused stare screamed danger. You really married me just for the money? His voice was low, lacking its usual bite. Obviously, I said, blinking innocently. Did you think I did it for your sparkling personality? Dominic recoiled. He let out a sharp, bitter scoff. Suddenly, he lunged. He grabbed my wrist and yanked me across the seat. I gasped as I collided with his hard chest. He forced my chin up, making me look at him. If you don't like a face like this, he growled, then who exactly is your type? I decided to poke the bear. Henry Sinclair. Dominic's eyes narrowed. Your best friend's boyfriend? So? I shrugged, feigning a wicked grin. I believe in sharing. Or stealing. Whatever works. You have a husband right here, he snarled. So?